Toby, let me, because you're such a positive person, you're smiling right now, you got a beautiful smile. Tell us a little bit about, I mean, we're in, and I've asked almost all my guests this question. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We're in the middle of a bunch of national unrest. I mean, gosh dang, now we got fires in California. We got hurricanes coming, all this weird weather, and then put the politics on top of that. So it's a tough time for a lot of people. So what are your thoughts on what the next 6, 8 months, 12 months, like how are you talking to your people about how to be resilient and optimistic, and how do we get through this very, very tough time we're going through right now?
I have always been one that I carry a lot on my plate. I deal with stress very well. And I found myself like starting to have anxiety, panic attacks. And I'm like, where is this coming from? I think, the burden, especially working in human resources and having to let so many people go from work, and married couples, people that are expecting children. I mean, it was just so much for me.
Yeah.
And because I do just have a genuine passion for people. So I read a book, and it was an audiobook. I was listening on my way to work over 2 weeks. It's called The Miracle Morning. And it was just—
Love that book. I've read that book. Great book.
Yeah, it's a great book. And I said, okay, I'm going to repurpose my mornings. And that really transitioned me where, I have a great office set up at the house, and I would go in there in the morning. And I was just teaching this yesterday at a training class here at work. And I said, listen, I'm not into like the new age and the yoga. I said, but this stuff works.
Yeah.
And I, would put whether it was a stream of music or rain, and purpose on breathing. Because when I shared with them the number of thoughts that go through someone's mind, I said, I had to learn how to quiet my mind.
Yeah.
And it sounds easy, but you don't realize, the number of thoughts, 40 to 60 thoughts are like going through your head every minute. So, I would start my morning with doing that. I started with essential oils and spraying my pillow every night with lavender and vanilla. And my husband was looking at me like, what are you doing? Now he will not go to bed unless I'm spraying his pillow, putting lavender on his feet. Like this. But I had to do that to get myself in my right frame of mind, because watching TV and seeing everything, it can become very scary. So I found I had to center myself. I can't control what's going on in the world right now. I just can't. It's scary when you think about it. But what I can control is the number of input is coming into my body of that information. I can control the number of times I'm looking at my phone daily on social media, what's going on there. I'm very protective of my peace. I tell people often it took me a long time, even before my brother passed away, to get to a sense of peace. And I've learned that you can go through a storm and you can still have peace in your life. The storm's going on the outside, but I can be peaceful on the inside. So as I look, we're going to have a very interesting election in the next, 40, 50 days. That's really going to transition where we go into next year. And I just, tell people, ground yourself. Because if not, it'll be very easy to get caught up with the whirlwind of what's going on, and find something that you're passionate about to make a difference. As you said, people want to help. So we can't save the whole world, but with all of the racial tensions going on, is there something there you could be a mouthpiece? If you're passionate about voting, how can you get involved with that? We're talking about mental illness, how maybe you can get involved with that. I think when everyone feels they're carrying their own little piece of the puzzle, then regardless of what's going on, you feel like you're doing your part.
That Miracle Morning is a great book, and for people who haven't read it, the basic idea is to get up early and to reserve some time in the morning, essentially for yourself, to kind of get your day started. And so I'm not sure I should say this because all my male buddies are going to make fun of me, but I like to do yoga, and I like to meditate with essential oils in the room, and I try as hard as I can, Toby, not to look at any screens for the first couple hours after I wake up, because I want to journal, I want to meditate, I want to get started the right way. I mean, I used to literally, my alarm would go off and it was on my phone, and I would pick up my phone, I'd still be lying in bed, barely awake, and I just put that thing right in front of my face. Mm-hmm. The next thing I know, I'm all stressed out because I'm reading Twitter, and Twitter is essentially a tool for stressing you out. And I'm looking at emails and texts, and I'm just like, it's crazy. And so
Your day hasn't even started yet.
your day hasn't even started. Yeah. So, I mean, like today, one of the first things I did, I knew I was going to have a podcast with you. I didn't do research online about you. I sat down and meditated for 20 minutes because I wanted to have a clear mind. I wanted to have a good start for the day. And there's, some people will pray. Some people will do other, there's all sorts of different ways. So it's not like you have to do a certain thing in the morning, but
Exactly.
the point of it is try to get your day started right. I mean, try to be conscious about the decisions you make in the first part of your day. And that is really, really good advice.